Okay, it is 12 o'clock noon, so let's get started here. I am going to share my screen. I believe I'm already doing that. We are going to talk about STLP, and we're going to have these every Wednesday. They're totally optional. If you like to attend, you can attend. If not, they will be recorded, and at the end of this, I will show you where you can access those recordings. Um, and as always, you can go to the jcps.me/STLP website for STLP news. And we have our award winners from last year on there. So if you want to check out our award winners from last year, that's a great place to find those. So I'll do just a quick thing about what is and what isn't STLP. And then I'll also leave time for questions if you have questions about anything STLP. Okay, it doesn't have to be on what I presented. All right, so let's get started. So one of the things that we get a lot when we talk about STLP regional projects, particularly with new coordinators, is they do something like this. They're like, uh, we plan to do Minecraft. Well, that's not an STLP project, okay? Just it's too vague, right? You're not, and you'll see the difference here in a moment when I show you an STLP regional project version of that, okay? Just saying we plan to do Minecraft is not a regional project. There has to be a problem you're solving or an issue you're solving. There has to be a way that you're measuring the need and results and all that kind of stuff. So a better version of we plan to do Minecraft is due to the pandemic and the need for social distancing, we plan to create a virtual playground in Minecraft and invite students from our school to interact and play with one another. We will measure participation and get feedback to improve our design throughout the year. Now, do we see the difference there? Feel free to unmute your mic and tell me if you see the difference. All right. So with this statement, we've got an issue that we're solving. Um, the pandemic, we because of that, we can't gather in large groups on actual playgrounds, right? Okay. So what can we do? We can create a virtual playground in Minecraft, and we can invite students, a whole class of students, a whole school of students, to come play on that playground together and interact. Because it's not possible in the real world right now, right? Um, and then you're measuring participation, which you could do. You could find a way to do that in Minecraft to kind of take attendance, or possibly you have a Google form people fill out when they come in, um, and then you're getting feedback. So like maybe a kid's like, we don't, you plan to say, I would really like to see a slide here. I would really like to see a water fountain over here, and somebody builds a water fountain, that kind of thing. Stuff to improve your design throughout the year. So big difference in this project and pitch versus this pitch. We plan to do Minecraft, and I've definitely walked into regionals before. We've been at U of L, and people have told me we do Minecraft. That's the regional pitch. Whether it's a JCBS school or a non-JCBS school, they will say we do Minecraft. Well, what else? Why? And then they had no real answer as to why they did Minecraft, other than it was cool, right? This is much better. Okay, you're solving an issue. So here we go. Like, what makes that an STLP project? Well, there's an issue you're addressing. We can't gather in large groups on a physical playground, and I went over this a little bit on that last slide, but just kind of you can see the visual here. How big is the issue, and at what level will you attack it? Okay, this is a world issue due to the pandemic. We will, and you're basically solving this in a school level solution, because that's the thing with STLP regional projects is you're looking at issues, and they can be a school issue, like my teachers don't know how to use technology very well, or it can be a much bigger issue, like solving an issue of like let's get these pets adopted to our community, that kind of thing, or even bigger than that. But you're addressing an issue, and you're addressing at the school level. And then what's cool about a project like this is it can be scaled. Or if this works at your school, you pitch it as an idea to other schools. Maybe they build virtual playgrounds as well. And then you could say, like, how can you use technology to address the issue? Well, we can build a virtual playground in Minecraft and invite students. So you kind of see there the flow of how these questions get answered in that second pitch versus we plan to do Minecraft. All right. And Google Forms is going to be your best friend on anything when you talk about getting results and serving your teachers or your students. Google Forms is going to be your best friend and a really good tool for any kind of STLP project. All right, so let's look at another version of that not an STLP regional project. We're going to do videos to help with NTI 2.0, right? So this is one that you could say we're not going to do. Why? Again, why are we going to do videos to help with NTI 2.0, and how are you going to measure that? All right. So this is not an STLP regional project, and here's the STLP regional project version of that. We plan to create a Google site with quick tech tips, example keyboard shortcuts for our students and teachers. We will survey students and teachers on their needs and build our site around those needs, right? Much better than we're going to do videos to help with NTI 2.0. Again, you're getting data, which is important when we talk about STLP. So you're getting that from your survey. Again, you could use Google Forms. You're adjusting your project based on feedback, which is important, and you're building it around a need that you see in your site at your school, community, or even bigger level, right? So does everybody kind of understand that what is an STLP project and what isn't an STLP project from that? And that's all I have on that what is versus what isn't. I'll stop sharing my screen now and stop presenting. All right. Any questions about that?
I really like that idea, Russ. So could global pandemic be like the issue reason for like a lot of these digital products?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's a built-in reason this year for for this entire thing. So yeah, that would be a great kind of additional problem to look at or an issue to solve. Um, so again, this is in case you joined late. I did a quick presentation. This is all recorded, and I will post that and show you where in just a moment. And then I'm finished with that presentation now. You may ask me questions about the presentation, or you may ask me any questions you have about STLP in general. Okay, so this is that time now. And I don't envision this going 30 minutes every time. Like I said, these are totally optional. It's just a quick check-in. I'll do a quick spiel about something STLP related, and then I'll take questions.
I have a question.
Yeah.
This is Paula Wolf at Middletown Elementary.
Hey, Paula.
Hey, if we had started out that path, it's not STLP, can we rewrite it and get your feedback on it?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the great thing about this is you have until December 11th to submit your pitch. So even if you start out Minecraft, well, you have time to adjust that, right?
Nice.
Good question. Anyone else?
Hey Russ, it's Julie, from Gray House.
Hey Julie.
Well, I'm new to being the coordinator this year. I guess I've picked some returning kids and a few others, but is there like a limit on how many you can have on your team? And
no, there's no limit. And as far as regionals go, they will not be presenting like through a Google Meet or anything. So there'll be no like in past years when they went to regionals, only three kids could present to judges. All right. But in this year, there's no limit on the number of kids that are going to be involved until level 3 judging, I believe it is, and it's level 3 judging, which is basically the final level. Then they'll meet with the judges through like a Google Meet or whatever, and you pick like your top however many kids to meet with them.
So I really could invite like all of them, or do you think like 16 is how many I said wanted to be on? Is that like too many really, or?
It's not too many if you can handle it. It's not too many. It's just totally up to you how you want to handle that. You've got so many kids though there, what I would do is I would have some kids working on whatever your regional project's going to be, and you can have more than one regional project. You could submit, I think it's 3 regional projects. But if you just want to do one, you could have your regional projects group, and then you could have other kids say, okay, you're going to work on graphic design, DPOJ. You're going to work on infographics. You're going to do, these create DPOJs for you to submit in February.
Well, that was my next question. Could like the other kids do a DPOJ, like they could be independent or individual?
Yes, exactly. And then when the Minecraft competition comes out, whatever they want you to do for that this year. Last year was like a Mars challenge. It would be great to have some kids allocated. Basically, you allocate your kids, so allocated for Minecraft.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Good question. Any other questions today? All right. Real quick, I just want to say something that was mentioned in the email that went out yesterday. There will not be a $500 CATS allocation this year. In the past couple of years, we have allocated money to schools that have taken a project to regionals. You got like $500 additional with CATS. So you could use it to buy a Chromebook. You could use it to buy, 3D printer and all that kind of stuff. But this year, that's not on the table due to the virtual nature of everything. It just doesn't make sense necessarily to buy another Chromebook because what happened last year is when we went to NTI is, okay, I need all the Chromebooks, and they've just been distributed out across the district. Okay, so but when we do get back in school, future years, when we return back to more of a normal state, that will be reexamined, and we will reexamine the CATS allocation. But the good news is you do get your $1,000 stipend, which is great. Anything else?